What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Jack of All Trades, a weekly podcast for you to digest where there will always be a special guest. I'm not going to hold you on this Love After Lockup review, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, girl. What's going on?
Hey. Girl, don't get me started on what's going on.
Yeah.
You know,
So much.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, my notes are like noting.
Oh, well, good. Mine are so-so. I watched a couple times and didn't take too many notes and then went back and took very abbreviated notes, but that's okay.
Because I felt like I was like, you were busy watching the show, like watching this foolishness.
Yes. And that
It's just foolish.
was.
That's how I could describe this episode in one word. It'll be foolish.
Yes, with a picture of Deontay's mother.
Girl, stop the bus.
Yes. All right, we're back for another recap of Life After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 44, No Money, More Problems.
Because that is what's going on. That was an appropriate title for this episode. Because these motherfuckers broke with all the smoke. I don't get it.
Yes, child. So, where should we start?
Let's see.
I'm thinking Eris and Cam, child, because
Per usual.
per usual, like, hey,
I don't know. Followed his sisters. I'm bored already. I'm like, all right, fuck it. That was cool while it lasted.
Yes, right, because that's the nature of this show and everything going on. It can be so flash in the pan. So, anywho, Eris and Cam. So we see them getting ready for the day. They're gonna go furniture shopping, and Eris
Girl. You know.
right?
ahead,
It's like
proceed.
we can't even get there because it already is too much. So Eris
Cause you popping out this wig.
right? She decides
Pissing me off.
she's gonna wear her best Orphan Annie wig for the day.
Hated it. Hated it.
But, Cam, you know what? He has the right spirit to make things lighthearted because he's like, girl, I don't care. I'm going to snatch the wig off regardless. It's like,
And look at me. Where you going with me with a wig, girl? I don't like wigs. I don't like them. I don't like young girls wearing wigs. Like, that's our grandmas used to wear that. Like,
right,
I
isn't it?
don't know. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. That shit is for old people and cancer patients. Like, I don't know where 20-something-year-olds just start doing this. It's weird.
So you're talking about like a full, like, just grab and go
Slap
wig.
it on your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lace fronts, that's different. But
I still think
in its own way.
Yeah, it's different, but I think it's interesting that we are truly in between. Like, we had the older people that did shake and goes, and we knew that wasn't really for us. And then what are they? Our girl started to say press on wigs, lace front wigs,
Sure.
where we're a little bit, past what we would do like on a regular basis, at least. Like, it's not our norm like it is for some younger folks. So yeah, I think it is funny that Eris picked up like a good shake and go for the day.
I hated it.
But anywho, so she and Cam, they are, like I said, headed to the furniture store, and they're still talking about his money sources. And like I said last week, or last time they were on, I'm not really interested in going back and forth about that. I hate that it's probably against the fourth wall policy to talk about getting paid from the show on the show, but it's just annoying when you feel like you keep hearing about somebody being worried about, money, but the only reason we are looking at you is because somebody's cutting you some type of money.
Agreed.
So then they pull up to
Get the air conditioner fixed. So that needs to happen.
It still wasn't fixed. They complained about it being hot.
I no, it shouldn't have been broken in the first place. How about that?
How
Because you
about
live in
that?
Florida.
Touche.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ciao.
Hmm.
So, you know what? They pull up to Doma Furniture, and I know exactly where that is. That was down the street from my house when I lived in Tampa. So, shout out
Oh, you
to.
gonna keep a good furniture store on deck, okay? Jackie, I always know where the furniture store is,
It was
honey.
brand new. They built it while I was there. So, that area of town was really booming, and also some really nice homes, those type of homes where they always doing a good furniture refresh. So yeah, probably lots of business for them. But it was kind of crazy when I looked at it at first, and I kind of tilted my head. I'm like, do I know where they are? And I was like, that's down the street from my house. Like, it's next door to the Publix that was like in walking distance. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a long walk, but it was like right outside of the residential neighborhood. So that was kind of funny. I'm like, okay, I know exactly where they are. But, going there, of
You
course.
stay pooching. You a
Right.
walking motherfucker. That I'm not walking nowhere. Okay, I don't care. I'll be like, what? You always want to walk. I used to be like, why we not driving? You be like, it's right here. No, let's go to the car. I'm not doing this.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I'm
Because,
so lazy.
well, and it's funny because I'm like, now I feel like I really wouldn't walk anywhere. Or I guess maybe I'm just not in that mode anymore. But, I probably should get back
So
into it.
pause, and you probably gonna delete this, but I'm still gonna ask that. When you lived in Dallas, what's that little bar across the street from your house? You wouldn't walk to that now?
The Hideaway? Oh, no, I'm absolutely
Yes.
walking to the Hideaway.
See,
But
I'm not. I should
you're not walking across
get
the
in the
street,
car.
one light,
No,
one
no.
crossing.
One light. That means it's gonna take us less time to drive over there. Girl, get this car. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, well, you definitely wouldn't have walked from my house to the furniture store they were at.
Probably. Oh no.
Yeah.
That will Uber. Don't play with me.
Yeah, you definitely would have been like, absolutely not. So yeah, no, but I thought that was
Hmm.
cool, to give me a frame of reference. And I stand by what I said before. I think they live in a nice little town. I said it last week and then I realized I said it wrong. I'm like, let me just delete this so I don't sound like I don't know what I'm talking about completely. But yeah, they're in there looking at furniture that of course is more expensive than it needs to be. And Eris gets this call from her friend Priscilla, who has been watching Lena, and she wants to meet Cam. And she's like a former CO. It's always a lot of COs on here.
Girl, like this is an ethical issue for me. And you're like, what are y'all doing? But carry on.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, today pull up at the beach and we're all gonna hang out. So they drive over to the beach, and Priscilla and Cam kind of walk the beach and have a conversation while Eris and Lena practice TikTok dances.
I thought
And
that was cute.
that was really cute. And Priscilla is, asking Cam about his past, his intentions, the same type of things that a lot of friends and loved ones ask the folks that are recently released on this show. But I'm not gonna lie, I really kind of struggled with like her relevance. I get that was Era's friend, and that was the closest person to her because she said her parents weren't there. And I don't know why I thought that her family also lived in Tampa, but
I did too.
yeah, so it was like, why is this, the person vetting Cam? But I guess if she doesn't have other folks that are close to her that are around, this is somebody that would be there physically, that could get a better understanding of who Cam is. And, I think she was real with him. Like, I've seen the men, come in and propose to these women and be engaged and say they're going to do right. And then things don't work out. And of course, Cam is like, that's not me. And he plans to play an active role in Lena's life. And, he has good intentions. So, of course, Miss Priscilla is holding his feet to the fire. And he said he don't really give a damn about what she think, which honestly,
Hmm.
That's fair. As long as you do right by Eris, you know.
I think that Priscilla overstepped.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. She looks a little older, like maybe she's, older than Eris and Cam, but
So, okay,
so
just quick
what?
sidebar. He said that he's 30 and she's about 10 years older than him. And I'm like, baby, I'm knocking on 40's door and that woman is not 40.
How old do you think she is?
She was looking more like 45, 46.
Agreed. But some of the other fellow aunties, they love to have that auntie look about themselves. We just don't do that.
Like Tabitha Brown.
But is she our age?
No, but she's like 7 years older than us, but she definitely acts like she's like 17 years older than us.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is some of those, but I just feel like, girl, okay, with you being former corrections, like, I understand your concern, but your concern needs to be, I felt like that whole conversation was inappropriate. That I want to talk to him. Talk to him for what?
Yeah.
Eris is your friend. You are Team Eris. So it really does not matter what he says.
Yeah.
Whatever she said is what it is.
Right.
And I mean, she just overstepped to me, and I didn't like it. Like, you're her friend, not her mother. And he's right. He does not have to answer to you. So
yeah,
here we are.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so
go get your sisters.
Right. Okay. So you agree with me, because I was just kind of like, why is she here? Like, and especially because we know, Eris, you have a father, at least, not sure if mom's still around or whatever, but I feel like I would have found a way to prioritize getting my dad in town or getting on a FaceTime with my dad or something, related to my parents so that they could talk to Cam versus just this random friend just because they're local to Tampa. Like, and they were a CO. Like, if that's really the only reason this is happening, yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't really get it. And you know what? So I have to say, so last week, I don't even remember it was probably Sunday, actually. So only a few days ago, I was on YouTube on Geo Malik's page. Shout out to Geo Malik. He's pretty entertaining, and does Love After Lockup recaps. And so he was doing a live, and Cam came on his live and was talking about everything he's got going on right now, and was at the house in Florida. Looks like everything's still going according to plan. And he chimed in a little bit on recapping some of the other cast members, but he was very diplomatic about everything. And I think if nothing else, Cam, I won't say he's like winning me over, but I really do appreciate that there really honestly isn't a lot to their story, because he's not keeping up a bunch of drama
bullshit. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's it's like true. I would prefer that.
I told you that. Yeah, he has a work from home job. Like, it's like he does customer service or something. This is for Instagram. Like,
yeah,
okay, cool. I can deal with that.
Yep. He said he just got another raise. I'm like, come on now.
See,
and he posted, I think, on like Twitter, and said, people are still always asking like if he's still hustling, and the answer is yes, because he's hustling in the sense that he is exposing part of his private life to us for a check, and he still goes to work every day. He has to do what he has to do to provide for his family. So yes, by loose definition, he's still hustling. He's just not selling drugs. And I'm like, you know what? This is best case scenario. So like, what more can we really ask of you? If you are being loyal to your wife and your family, being consistent with your full-time employment, keeping a job and out here staying out of trouble, like that's all that anybody can ask of you, Cam. So kudos.
Yeah, he's not back in jail. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so that was them and their feature. We'll see if they have anything else for us. He did say the next few weeks we might not like him, so just hold on. So I was like, oh, okay. All right. Who's next?
Uh, we got Justine and Michael, or Sean and
Mhm.
Sarah,
I have,
or Blaine and Lindsay.
yeah, let's do them. Yeah, good old,
Blaine,
yeah, Lindsay and Blaine.
girl, you know what I got for my notes under Blaine and Lindsay?
What?
Th- this dumbass storyline with the eye roll emoji.
Yes. In summary, okay? So, we continue, right, drawing out the weakest storyline, that I've seen from the bunch.
I am sick of it. It's like we could have dealt without them.
Yeah.
This country Mississippi shit, we could have dealt without it. Jeez.
And you know what the first note I have for them is we meet Blaine's Mississippi ass daddy.
Girl. Now you know what? Look, let me tell you something. I pride myself on being able to, my coworker told me, you know how to play ball. I am I can get real phony. Okay, hey, how you doing? I can't stand this motherfucker. But this right here, I couldn't. I had no words. I had no words. Lindsay did. Okay, this is gonna be the first time ever y'all hear me kind of side with Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
I was on her side on this episode, even though I hate to admit it, but I was. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. We finna light up early. Let me get the light up. What the pastor say in the black church? He be like, oh, it's okay if y'all don't want an amen. I'm on my own amen.
Oh my gosh. So yes, this week we meet Blaine's father, who of course has been in and out, off and on and off that stuff. But
girl, can't you tell?
Exactly, right? It's feeling like he's on right now. But he stops by to see Blaine, and he's a super typical creeper. He practically gets out of his Uber ogling Lindsay, and
it is insane. It was so disgusting.
It was super uncomfortable, even through the screen, and everybody's grown, but yeah, it was a bit much. They sit down, and Lindsay did not know that his dad was coming by, so they don't have a ton of time to spend together, but they talk about how they met, and Blaine tells his dad that basically he was dealing drugs, heard about Lindsay, thought he was going to pull up and serve, and she, pulled out her stash. And so then he started selling for her, and his dad scoffed at that shit, so she used to be your pimp. And I was like,
girl,
basically, which I think also has been on my nerves as well, Dad. You're a creeper, but I can agree with you on that. We're really watching Lindsay be with one of her former do boys. This is not it. So Lindsay mentions in one of her confessionals that she's still pressed about this case and him needing $15K to get it moved forward, and he keeps wanting to put it off and not be really honest and upfront with her about everything that's happening. So she wants to get it out the way, and he seems like he wants to keep delaying it, but it's because we know he's got a little something up his sleeve. So Lindsay wraps up and goes to leave and meet her mom and Miley Grace. And once she leaves, Blaine's dad tells him, she's too smart. And Blaine's like, yeah,
for him,
yeah, right. And Blaine's like, yeah, she's really sharp.
Sharp. That's what it was. That was the word, sharp. But I do think that Blaine, you could tell even by the way he talks, he's a good old Southern type of guy, which is cool, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And Lindsay just seems way more advanced than him.
Yeah,
fast. So
yeah, she's from the SIP as well, but she gives off city slicker vibes.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Right, I don't like it either.
If I was his dad, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would be like, no, give her that.
Right,
or you'd be in trouble.
But he was too busy looking at her talking about, oh yeah, he gonna marry you. Like, sir.
He do it today, right now. Like, she kind of like, I'm not on that. The fuck, like, fuck
Right.
what y'all talking about.
Yeah. Like you said, she handled that well. But Lindsay, they keep pushing this like kingpin narrative on her. So I would expect she would have had a knife in her back pocket if you tried anything stupid. So
Girl, bye.
right. So anyways, Lindsay and her mom take Miley Grace to a little boutique, and they're going to get her a purity ring. And we see Lindsay
Girl.
talk about her experiences, as a young lady with Miley Grace's father back in the day. And my thing was,
I hated it.
I wasn't mad at her for having a candid conversation with her daughter,
But not there.
well, and it's, for me, my thing is this: what is a purity ring, to a woman or to a family that is clearly not religious, not playing by the rules, not doing.
This is don't make the same mistakes. Look, your mama home and don't get easily influenced by her shit. That's what that was.
Yeah. Right. I didn't like them picking this like traditional religious type of spin on it when it's basically, it's just that. Like, let me sit down and keep it real with you because nobody kept it real with me. And I'm trying to be, better with you and better for you. So, I was like, okay, I'm glad that she was being transparent. But even then, day to day, Lindsay, we've seen it because you keep signing up to be on television. You still find time to deprioritize your child, to prioritize some goofy relationship with a man so that it can be recorded for WeTV. And it's just like,
so I don't know. I didn't like the talk. Let's just go there. I didn't like. It's like in the shoe section. Like we gonna talk in the shoe section. And what was the store? It wasn't giving Foot Locker.
girl,
Shoe Carnival. It wasn't giving nothing. None of that. So it was damn.
it was giving Charming Charlie because they can't go in no other stores.
At all. Lindsay is irritating. Just this whole episode to me, but it's like I get her point in every situation. Like, even with, because Blaine's daddy pulled up messy as fuck, but she still handled it well, So, okay, it's like, and then we haven't gotten to this part yet, but even with Blaine, like in this whole money that he needs and stuff like that, and he's like, I'm going to handle it, but I don't know. He's not handling it. So I know how I am. Maybe I can't stand a man that don't have no hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know that I'm a handle it kind of girl. So that's why it's like, I hate to agree with her, but I kind of like that. Like, hey, handle this shit now. Stop putting it off. Handle it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe it's because I work so hard. I just don't like a man that doesn't have hustle.
Which is fair. Okay. I understand. Yeah. And we can go right into that part because low key, it's not in my notes. But yes, when they're back in the kitchen, they're talking about the money, right? That's needed. And Lindsay is pulling out, she says, I can call up everybody that owes me money, and gets all of these people on the line talking about, how much money do you owe me? How fast can you get it to me? And to me, it felt a little bit like inflated as a storyline. Like, I'm like, okay, Lindsay, so were you like giving people your WeTV checks and then saying, hold on to this so I can, come back to you for it? I'm still, again, like, I'm just not sold on her being this kingpin. I understand she's been in jail. I understand what her charges have looked like. But at the same time, I'm like, so not only did you do all these things and you've openly talked about having warrants, but you still are going to talk to your former associates about all of this stuff on television. Like, you're okay with letting us know that you are collecting drug money, around the Mississippi Delta. Like, A part of that just
These
doesn't.
people sound like crackheads that she's on the phone with anyway. So
Right. Yeah.
that's not what it's giving. They sound like addicts. Um, I don't know, but did you notice that Lindsay's mom has a different vibe about Blaine? It's like she likes Blaine for Lindsay. I said it ain't that black ass Deontay.
Yes, I did notice that. And I
Hmm.
was like, you
It
know,
is Mississippi.
it's Mississippi. And I also feel like for her mom, if Lindsay is going to be hell bent on being in a relationship with somebody, she absolutely wants it to be some young white guy that she's familiar
Hmm.
with, that she's comfortable with.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
That's
not
from
some that's from
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yep.
Yeah.
That she didn't meet as a pen pal who's claiming they're going to come down there and save her and quietly want to move her away, you know?
But what, I mean, this guy, okay, he used to work for her. Like, what difference does it make?
That part was crazy, right? Because I'm like,
You get what I'm saying? Well, that's what I'm
yeah.
like. I think it's because he's not a black guy.
Yeah, I think it's because he's a white man and him being from Mississippi is like cherry on top.
Hmm.
And younger, right? He's not Scott, who's some city slicker who's moving down here to pretend like they, hit the jackpot and they really I think she could have taken Scott or left him. And then it's not Deontay. Yeah, she definitely was probably like, who is this nigga? Come on now. For real.
Yeah, I agree.
Because quietly, I wouldn't be surprised if Lindsay was always honest with her mom about her relationship with Deontay. We all
Oh yeah,
know that.
like, look, mom, I'm just using them.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me get through this, okay? We got to do the show,
Yep.
okay?
Yep. I'm gonna get back on the show, and this is just what's gonna help us out. And I feel like in her mind, okay, this is someone I'm familiar with, and of course she's like, he likes Smiley too, and I'm like, girl, ain't
Yeah,
nobody ever not liked Smiley Grace. You just like this man better. So, yeah, I
that's
noticed
it.
that for sure. So,
Okay.
right. These people prove every season that they might be flying flags in front of their house, I'll put it like that. So
Indeed.
so from there, we see Blaine back with his dad, and he's telling him he's gonna take a deal, and he's going from having to serve these mandatory 19 years to getting, is it 3 years of house arrest?
Yes, which is
Yeah.
a long time. But you know what? First of all, I know somebody, and you know it too, that has been on house arrest for like 4 fucking years. When I tell you they are going insane, like they
Mm.
like this, like being locked up. I'm like, but you at home. He like, everybody keeps saying that because y'all like the ones that stuck in the house.
Well, I guess my thing is, it's like, pick your poison, right? Like,
Hmm.
would you rather
And
be
that's my
stuck in the
point.
house, or would you rather be stuck
Or
in
in
a
the cell.
right? You're gonna have, if you have to be stuck either way. But then, and I guess I know it's not the exact same, but I spent quite a lot of time by myself during quarantine. So it's not to say I know exactly what house arrest for 3 years is like, but we came pretty close
Hmm.
during COVID.
True.
So, I hate that for him that it wasn't at the beginning, of COVID. Then it would have been like, well, everybody in the house. So just sit your ass
Yeah.
still with the rest of us. But
Yeah.
I think, he can figure it out. I think, but that's the problem though. It works right now, but in the stretch, Lindsay doesn't seem like she's gonna want to hang around for that, and she's gonna want to do more. They're not going to be able to film Life After Lockup for 3 years in Corinth, Mississippi, while he's on house
Oh,
arrest. Not watching
that's
that,
true.
So,
That's true. But he might get like movement and stuff like that. Like if he has a job, or like they let them go take care of like their personal business, if he's in school, stuff like that.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't know.
right. And quite frankly, if you weren't doing too much moving around before this, I don't know how long he was in or out of prison. Um, it could fly by if you, first of all, didn't mention they were back in the full sturdy home and not working on their trailer. So you've got that to work on. And then if you were already, staying pretty local, like, don't let the idea of you not being able to travel or go other places all of a sudden change your mindset. Like, if you weren't, don't long for anything that you weren't even doing before. So.
And what the fuck are y'all doing? Because this Infinity truck, like, what are y'all about? Lindsay and Blaine, what's going on over there in Corinth, Mississippi?
Girl, who knows? Who knows? So,
okay, what else?
Yeah, I feel like he'll be fine. So he just needs to tell her and then let her get over the dramatics, and then they'll be good.
Yep.
All right. How about Justine and Michael?
Girl. So, Justine. Okay, go ahead. Because, baby, when you get to the park.
Okay, yes.
I'm there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, we see that Michael's son, little Michael Jr., has come to live with them. And
so cute.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice kid. He is 13, so right in the age range of one of Justine's kids.
With your daddy.
Right, and also absolutely a good age to live with your dad. And he seems to be enjoying himself. He said he likes the school and all the feels for him, just being able to spend time with his dad now that he's out. It's kind of unfair because all the children don't get to do that, but I digress and we'll also get there. But they're at, I don't know, the local coffee shop or something. They play like they taking these kids on outings, and it's really just down the street to film. So,
right. That house must probably not big enough because they were like barely in Justine's room filming, and then they got the living room. That's really it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a lot of room there. So, Michael meets them down at the coffee shop, and he's been visiting with his PO. And so this is the final announcement to determine if they'll be able to travel to Vegas so that they can start trying to relocate there. So, of course, the suspense builds, and Michael reveals that it's been approved for him to travel. And so he and Justine are ready to go right away. And they call his sister Anne to ask if she can come and watch them kids.
And here we are.
For 8 days.
Justine, you was just getting into it with his sisters, and now you need them to watch your fucking kids. Mm-hmm. See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. They were a little wrong too. But see, they're family oriented.
Yeah.
So watching kids, that's what they do. That's just the vibe that they give me.
Oh yeah.
But especially you have like kids that they're not like babies, but you have kids that need an adult present. Like your one kid, you just said he's on the spectrum. Your other baby, you haven't even been away from him. They need to be with someone that you really, really trust. Like, girl. And your mother, you burned her out. But instead of like, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. They had their part to play in it too, mostly his mother, but
so
she being such a spoiled brat, she went about that wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't feeling it because number one, don't ask me to do shit for you overnight. And of course, I get it. This is coming from someone who doesn't have a big expanded family. There aren't nieces and nephews, but don't try me like that. And then for 7 to 8 days, like, this is my thing. Either you all are wildly disrespectful and inconsiderate of your family, or you're doing a piss poor job of scripting out your scenes. Like, I would.
Or, you know what? Michael paid her. Period.
Right. Or
period.
Right. Maybe all of the above.
Michael paid her. No, that's just what you could tell. He has He has 4 children. She's
Yeah.
been watching kids for him.
Yes.
Okay, while he run the street.
Yeah,
Let's
she
be
said
clear.
that. Yep. Yep.
But he still comes from the type of family where it's like, no, give me my nephew. No, he can come over here. Some aunties are just like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I totally get it. But to me, it's just wild that you are doing all of this stuff with Justine at that on a whim. Like, hey, let's shake up everybody's lives overnight because we've decided we want to go to Vegas because that's where we eventually want to. For 8 days. Right. And that's where I'm like, okay, if this is something that you like discussed with your sister in advance, I get that sometimes some of the nitpicky things that would help me feel more comfortable with the scene aren't necessary. But it really, it grinds my gears to think that, like you said, after all these years, your sister's already been leaning in, helping to watch your kids while you've been locked up. And then here you are coming out like, okay, let me pick up the phone. All right, I'm ready. Pull up. I'm about to leave town. Come watch these kids. And like you said, mostly Justine's kids. And then Justine, you're so full of shit because you just dumped on us last week that your son is on the spectrum. Again, my issue last week was, I don't think you're lying, but what type of plan have you created for your child? Is your child really ready for somebody else to be watching them that's not your mother?
Right.
Like, again, all these things.
They don't know these people.
Yeah. And if they have been more socialized with them, then we realize whatever. But either way, there's clearly a lot that still was not known or widely known when they pulled up. So
yeah, it needs to be some more like family outings, family reunions, like stuff like that before these kids just start. They need to gel with the other kids. Like it needs to be like a thing.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah. It shouldn't just be, oh, y'all come pull up and babysit them while we go do what we got to do. And you don't really get a chance for everybody to just enjoy each other and bond and not feel like, oh, I'm obligated to watch your kids or I'm obligated to be on my best behavior for adults that I don't know. Like, I didn't like it. But so there was that. And then, but, his sister, like you said, paid well, said, all right, I'm coming. And then I'm pretty sure if I got my notes right, he also talks to Mocha.
Ooh.
So Mocha is over the moon that his boy is finally headed to Vegas, but he's of course in party mode. He wants Mike to come out and they gonna hit these streets, they're gonna record and they're gonna party and all that. But Michael lets him know that Justine will be coming as well. And he's like, why is she coming? And if she is coming, can you at least not wear your ring? And I'm thinking like, what? Now how you think he gonna pull that?
And what is with you in this ring? Like, dude, Mocha wants Michael to move like a single man with his rap career, even though that's not what he is.
Right.
Like, it's not like, I don't know.
And
like Dirk, well, I don't know. He made all them songs about India, like he could be in love and be a rapper. Like these young boys doing it. What's
right.
the problem?
And so, yes. And like I said the last time Mocha was, a topic, I still think that he's a dinosaur for that because to that point, yes, Lil Durk and G Herbo and the lover man of them all, Moneybagg Yo, these dudes have wives, serious relationships,
girlfriends,
and on up. I mean, the rappers in Michael's age group are all married.
That's why I'm like, what is the issue? What is Mocha? Are you okay?
Right. I'm like, Mocha, you're giving off, I haven't really put a record out in 25 years. So I don't know the landscape because if you did, you would realize, honestly, they are the perfect setup. Like Michael is the rapper and then he's got this baddie, wife. And she'll be good for Instagram and social media and all that type of stuff. She can live the life just like all the other girlfriends and wives. So it's no longer this hush hush thing that a rapper has to, consider when putting their relationship out in the public. It's almost encouraged. It is, if at the least, nobody's going to say anything to you about it. So it's just so odd that he keeps pushing that. And, you know, me, I never want to put no, you know, homosexuality on nobody that ain't gay. But Mocha, do you want Michael?
Okay. Well, you know, I think all of the way, okay?
You too.
Every last one is there a little bit, at least a little. But yeah, Mocha is giving that, all of it. But you know what? If Michael was my man, I wouldn't be all, you know, in the mix of that rap shit. I would. You better do the right thing and bring your ass home with the coin. That's it.
Yeah, true. I would let him go and take care of some business. Yeah. Especially again,
the money. Yeah, like now, you know, we'll talk about that when you get home. But I don't need to like be there. Well, that's something you need to tell them, and that means I got to discuss this with my wife. I'll get back to y'all. Boom.
Yeah. Well, and especially with all these fucking kids, like, why are you?
Do you hear me?
You know, like, you're pregnant. You got all these kids at the house. It's not even all of the children that y'all have between the two of you. Why are you not at home taking care of the ones that you can? And that's where I'm like, you don't have to be attached to.
But you want to pooch around town, yeah, like pooching around, dressing alike, like, yeah, relax.
So, you know, I don't love it that she's going, but I also don't like the fact that Mocha is so persistent about her not being there, or if she is there, like, pretend you're single and take your ring off. Like, come on. But anyways, so Michael's sister comes in town, and, you know, everybody greets each other. And Michael says, all right, he's going to go out with Anne. Oh, by the way, Anne comes with her wife. Didn't know she had a wife. Period. Okay.
We know now.
Yep.
It's so like, girl, I worked with a lady at work the other day. She was like, yeah, me and my wife. I was like, all right, no. I said, that ain't my business, so I wouldn't know. But 10-4, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I didn't realize, though, that she was there, you know, when they had the outdoor reunion and all of that. So, yeah, they pull up, and Michael wants. I
wonder what their mother think about that. Well, her judgmental ass. She judged so much. I wonder what she think about her daughter's wife. Like, how was she, you know, with that at first, like from the beginning?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm over here like got the yikes face, because I definitely see her giving her a hard time, at least at first, and maybe coming around later. But it also depends, right? Maybe she was honest with her mom a long time ago. Like, if she came out young, maybe she's had years, you know, to accept it and to, you know, have it be a part of her reality. But I don't know. That's a good question, because she does seem like a mom that is not going for nothing outside of this very narrow vision of life for her kids. So I don't know. But when Anne and her wife get in town, Michael says that he wants to go to, you know, take them out to get some coffee or whatever. And of course, Justine, wanting to be attached at the hip, is like, well, I can't come. You know, it's just like,
I was just about to get my coat. Like, girl,
relax. So,
eat your cereal.
Right. So Michael and the sisters get in the car, his sister and in-law, and Anne asks, like, so are we going to get, you know, a drink or what? And he's like, no, we're not. And so they pull up to a jewelry store, and he wants to get Justine a ring. And his story is that, oh, well, we got engaged and married while I was locked up. She didn't get to have, you know, that experience where there's a proposal around family. And now he wants to make up for it and get her this nice ring. And his sister calls him on his bullshit and is like, are you doing it for that, or are you doing this because she's pregnant? And he's like, oh, you know? And she's like, Right? And he's like, how'd you know? And she's like, first of all, I can see her. Like,
Period.
and then there's also a part of me that was like, also, you think your mother didn't tell her?
Yeah.
Like, you probably hung up that phone and she called your sister.
And called your sister like, guess what?
Yeah. Okay.
Had the nerve to tell me she was pregnant.
Right. In Espanol. Okay. Because, you know, she wanted to go off. So, his sister says in her confessional, you know, that everything is happening so fast, and, you know, it's sad for the kids that he already has, and, you know, gets emotional about it. And I totally,
Yeah, because she was with them.
Yes.
And she saw the effect that it did have on them. And yeah, fucked up.
It is. And I'm glad, you know, she said that to him. Like, I don't understand why y'all had to move so fast. And he's like, you know, well, what was I supposed to do? Wait until I'm 40? And I'm like, again, you haven't been out long enough to know that that is an option that a lot of people are doing right now, especially if it gives them time to be more financially stable. But you are moving in this prison mindset where you want to make up for all this lost time. And then you got, you know, a bird on your side who's willing. I'm sorry, Justine, but you know,
no, like, that's what you give us every week.
Yeah, you know, she's willing to do these things with you, but quietly, yet another family member that's looking at you like, why are you doing this so fast? And look at all these other kids you already have. You know, I understood what Ann was saying about it being sad for his kids. And it was sad to even see how emotional she was, because like we've been saying, she has been watching his children. And I would have been pissed, you know, maybe she was hiding it for the cameras, but I would have been like, you are an idiot.
And I would have had to tell him about himself, period.
Yeah. So they finished looking at these rings, and Michael picks out a ring that winds up being $5,000, and he has money. He pays in cash, and his sister is like, how are you, you know, basically going to get away with buying this ring and Justine not knowing? And of course he's like, I've got my ways. And he says they have a shared account, but he's going to replace the money pretty quickly, and hopefully she won't, you know, even see it. And I'm like, again, you ain't been around, so I guess that's my issue too with him.
Do you not know alerts go to phones
exactly
about this shit?
Like, you ain't been around, but you ain't been gone that long. You should know that. But he playing dumb. So he also says this is not the first time that he's done something shady.
Like, what does that mean, Michael?
You know, the camera folks are like, well, you know, it sounds like you're already doing something shady. And he was like, yeah, let's move the conversation along. And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, you still out here living foul. Probably you might not be selling drugs, but you might be selling, you know, like bootleg shit, or, you know, running numbers, whatever little shit.
Running numbers, girl, shut up. My grandma used to do that.
You know, like just something that's barely above board and
scamming. Either they selling drugs or scamming. That's it. That's all, girl.
Right. And he probably would love to come back and say, you know, oh, it's because of the shoes that I'm selling. Gotcha. You know, so he has a few different things that he can pull out and use as his reasoning. It's not to say
he's smarter than the fucking FBI.
Yes.
Come on now.
Right. Like, you're not even smart enough to know that if nothing else, even if Justine doesn't get an alert, this is going to show up on the official transactions. So, so good luck with that. But I don't like it. And I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see how things go when they get to Vegas. Because that mocha.
For sure.
All right. Do you want to do Sean and Sarah now?
Yes, girl.
Okay. I'm very upset. Very upset. I'm not pleased.
Why, friend?
That Anthony Abbey introduction was all wrong. It was all wrong. So we see Sarah. on the way to the park with Abby, saying she is going to meet a special friend of mommy's. And he is an adult, but she wants to introduce them and she wants her to go and play with him. And, you know, yeah, that's what she said. He's an adult, but he's just like a big kid. And I'm just like, okay. So they get there and they're on the swings, and then Anthony arrives. And, you know, he greets Abby and everything seems okay. They're spending a little time talking, and then Anthony starts playing with Abby. Things are going okay. And then, you know, of course, Sean is blowing Sarah up because what are you doing? And, you know, she's telling us that she wants Abby to meet Anthony, but she still is trying to, you know, feel out his situation and assess what he's got going on. And my issue is just like, first of all, don't introduce your child to someone in such a vague way, particularly when they're actually their parent, because it just sends the wrong signal about who this child should be trusting or things that, you know, sound okay for the future. Like it should not sound normal for you to tell your child, oh, we're going to go play with this adult. It's mommy's friend. Like, and then you go.
That sounded grooming.
Yes.
It just don't sound right at all. Like you're grooming her.
Right. And then, of course, they got to head home. And when they leave, now she's telling Abby, don't tell Sean where we were. And that was like, whew, my head could have exploded.
And then you said it like as you're walking up to the door.
Right.
Like, girl, that's a car combo. Okay.
Right. And now you're also teaching your child that it's okay to lie. Not even under no duress or, you know, nothing crazy. Just, oh, we went and played at the park, but don't tell anybody. Like, that's just the entirely wrong set of, you know, principles to instill in your child, where they are confused about which relationships are okay with adults and when they should tell somebody about these things, like, and that you should lie and it's okay to lie. Like, I wasn't feeling it. And especially because, Sarah, you haven't been raising this child from day one. Like,
agree.
You know, you haven't been mom of the year for the past 8 years of Abby's life. So for you to come into her life, and just as she's starting to, you know, mold memories and become a little girl who can, you know, really figure out what's going on out in the world, you're telling her like, oh, we're going to go do this and don't mention that. And it was just me and you. Okay. Like, I'm not feeling that at all. So I just feel like she should have waited until she was comfortable with telling everybody what was going on. So talk to Sean, tell him that Anthony is, hey, he's the father. So he's gonna be in Abby's life if he wants to be. He needs to be okay with it. Vet Anthony and make sure that whatever he says he's doing, he's actually doing it. And then tell Abby, okay, we're gonna meet your father soon, or we on the way to meet your daddy, whenever that is, but be honest about who she's going to meet. And for her, when Anthony asked, so who does she think her father is? She said, I don't know. I'm like, so you're not even having this conversation with your child, and she don't even honestly know you well enough to probably initiate the question. And also Sean has been around. So have you really been allowing this girl to think that Sean is her biological father? Like, I wasn't going with Sarah. I didn't like none of that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just stupid. Sarah ass don't know either though, because like we said, she hasn't been around all of this little girl's life. She doesn't really know how to be a mother, like what's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? She's been on drugs. She's been locked up. So yeah, she don't know what to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
That little girl probably shouldn't even be living with her just yet. She's not. But yeah, she should still be. These kids need stability, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I ain't got no kids, so what the fuck do I know?
You know that you were a child once, and I 100% agree with that, girl. The thought of me not being able to, you know, go to bed and wake up in the same house on a night that meant I had to get up and go to school the next day. Like, to this day, that terrifies me. You know, I like stability, okay? And I believe,
Yeah, they always say like kids crave structure.
yes,
They really do. Yeah.
yes, right. And I think that Abby still stays with her mom, right?
I don't know. They make it seem like she live over there with her and Sean.
Okay. Yeah, no, I
I
don't
don't know.
think she
Maybe
should be
I'm
over
wrong.
there. If she is over there full time, I agree with you. I don't think she should be there. She should still be with Sarah's mom. And I don't know. I don't know when the right time would be, you know, for her to move in with them. But again, I think the best time would be when everybody is on the same page with this girl about who's who in her life. You know, this is grandma, this is mama, this is your biological father, this is your stepfather.
I think she wanted to see him for herself. Like
Oh, yes.
that baby is just a reason, you know, but she wanted to see him anyway.
Yeah.
Cause she not feeling Sean, but oh, the motherfucking tables turn, baby.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Because when they leave the park and head home, and after she tells her child or reminds her child to laugh, they go in the house and, you know, tell their little white lie. And we see that Sean has set up a hot tub in the living room, has scattered some party time balloons around, and he wants to have, you know, some romantic time with Sarah. And yeah, I think she's frustrated that she doesn't get to be with this man that was, in her words, the love of her life. So she tells Sean she's tired, she's not feeling it. And Sean, though, he's picking up on the changes in her. And this is probably, you know, a few months after the first time we heard her talking to Anthony when she was there with his sister, because remember, the baby grew some hair.
All of a sudden in the same episode.
Yes. So if this is happening even after that, it's been weeks. So yeah, Sarah, he's probably picked up on you being a little distant for the past 10, 12 weeks and sneaking around on your phone.
Well, she tried with you, Sean. So what? Look, she had that lingerie on, honey,
Right.
ready for that action, and you told her no. Like, granted, you did have to go get back to the game with your son, but you should have told that ass up that night, okay?
Right. Right.
But
Way
so
too much
no,
time passed.
Yeah, so she like, fuck this hot tub. Like,
Mhm.
that's
Also,
women. That's what we do. We not about to beg you. Also, what?
right. Especially when someone has emotionally been making us feel a little bit more valued, or, you know, right? I mean, she has just as much of a family, loose term, right, with Anthony that she does with Sean. So,
And he applying that pressure
right.
behind her, okay?
Yes. And
All
they
of the toxic.
and they know each other really well, right? They were talking about their personality traits that they saw in Abby. Like, oh, she looks just like you, and she's got your attitude. And, you know, it's hard to compete with that type of stuff. So, yeah, Sean, he was adamant about getting in his blow up hot tub, though, and told her, you know, this is your loss, as he drank his
Oh, he
champagne.
turned into a sourpuss, honey. He was like, I'm gonna enjoy my own damn bubbles. Boy, so then gonna yell out, you're missing out, baby. I'd be like, you better be quiet or you wake up my kids.
Right.
Mhm. How about that? You better hush.
So yeah, that's where we left off with them. She's playing with fire a little bit. You know, I've definitely seen some extended previews where there's a blow up moment with Sean at some point. So we know he's going to find out about all of this. So hopefully she tells him sooner than later.
Oh, well.
Right.
Just like she found out about Destiny. Whatever.
Right. Just like she had to work through things with Kelly. Like, Sean, this is
yes.
your karma.
It's your turn.
Yes.
It's your turn. Next caller.
Yes. Damn, everybody was on this. Taylor and Chance?
Baby. Let's get to them. Cause you know I don't like him.
Right. Oh my gosh. So annoying. So we see Taylor and Chance pulling up to a financial advisor, and they want to have a conversation with her about money and being ready financially for a new baby to come. Another couple with a fucking baby on the way that don't need to be on the way. So
Period.
Okay. So the financial advisor asks, okay, what's up with employment and income, right? So we find out that Taylor is a stay-at-home mom now. Why is she not working?
Girl, cause she looks miserable pregnant like that. She looked like she can't make it. Like she needs to stay at home.
Maybe. But I was kind of thrown off by that. I'm like, you were working all of that time. Like, why are you all of a sudden a stay at home? But
she probably, that pregnancy kicking her ass. It looked like that's what it looked like, is kicking her ass.
Yeah.
She don't look like she can go to no job. Because what was she, like a caretaker, like a homemaker or something, right?
I thought she was doing something, either like call center or data entry. Thought maybe more like a desk job.
I think it is data entry. You're right.
Okay, yeah. Right, so I don't know. Maybe she is on a leave, but
yeah,
you would say you're on leave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was interesting.
She's staying at home. It's okay.
Right, so she's at home. So then, of course, we turn to Chance, and Chance is telling us that he is making $35 an hour. It comes out to about $75,000 a year plus bonuses, he says, of course. He has 7 credit cards, 4 loans. And of course, Taylor is pissed because he's spending his money on all types of frivolous things. Like, you know, we get all the throwback clips of him buying the truck and the rims and paying for the plane for the gender reveal. And of course, the power washer. You know, he's spent money.
Snacks, going to the gas station every day. Talking about in the morning he'll spend $10-$20, then do the same thing for lunch.
Yes.
What? Every day?
Right, which is like,
or I be in here scrambling eggs. I got Tupperware, honey. Okay, look.
Yeah,
they be at work like, you wanna go get something to eat or something? Do all that eating out every day? You gotta pack that lunch.
Yeah, I have definitely been off the stop in the morning type of move for a long time, and also there's not that many options. I'm not getting tied up doing all of that on the way. I'll be trying to just get out the door and get to work. And then also,
now my coffee, yes, that's different. If I want some more Dunkin', honey, but
I miss Dunkin'. They don't have Dunkin' in Oregon.
What?
Right.
But they have other. Of course they have a Starbucks, right?
Yeah, Starbucks is big. There's a place called Dutch Brothers. I don't know if it's like a Portland thing, but I've just seen multiple locations. And then of course they have a lot of like, everything is super, you know, craft, and, you know, all experiences are curated here. So, you know, lots of coffee shops, you know, lots of coffee shops. And then, you know, hey, I can get some free coffee at work, right? So it's like, I get, hey, different lifestyles, different experiences. But if you are tight on money, you got a baby on the way, you got mouths to feed, like, you need to be living on a budget. You need to,
agree,
right? Make a coffee at home.
Scale back.
Yeah. And so, but what I didn't like though, even with that, like, that was a perfect segue, because he thought he was getting one over on us by like talking about those things as the reasons why his money was, you know, unaccounted for. Oh
no, baby, it's that boat, baby. He gambling, honey. Okay,
yes.
Chance is gambling.
Yes, we learned he's leaving work a couple times a week, around noon, to go spend money at the casino. He'll put down $200 but leave out, you know, in the hole $700. Just crazy shit. Taylor is
and
like,
that's no joke. Like,
right.
I know somebody, girl. I know people who significant others have gambled their whole check on payday. Yes, like when somebody has a gambling problem, it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's not in
Come home
check,
with no check. But
yeah.
Taylor went off. Taylor was like, when he said that, she was like, that's ignorant. I said, come on, Taylor. Yes, girl. Yes.
Yeah, she
Stand
wasn't
up.
having it. She was like, "You
Mhm.
motherfucker." But, she was going smooth off on him at multiple moments throughout this conversation. But it was just mind-blowing again to me that Chance is somehow the only one in the house working, because Taylor mentioned they were behind 2 months on the mortgage and the water bill. So,
The mortgage. And see, once again, Taylor, you didn't have these problems before he came home.
no, no.
And honestly, his salary or wage, whatever you want to call it, is enough for them to live off of. In Ellsbury, wherever the fuck they are, Missouri,
Yeah.
$75,000 seems like plenty for actually their whole family, all those kids. But that's a lot with all those kids and a baby on the way. So
Yeah, but
yeah, he needs to chill.
I think he's also
But
full of
y'all should be
shit.
behind on them. He full of all the shit, okay?
Yeah.
All of it. He pisses me off. I can't stand him. And then he blaming it. He's so manipulative. Like, oh, there are some things that I just haven't really worked out with myself since I've been released from prison. So gambling is my outlet. Boy, fuck you. You are doing it. Like Taylor said, you are doing what you want to do. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You don't got to blame it on nothing. You're doing what you want to do.
Right. And he said, and he's not telling her anything if she doesn't ask. So here you are, the financial advisor, trying to slow release, all of this information on her little by little, because of course the financial advisor said what you just said. If you're indeed making this much money, you should be good. Like, so where's the money going? And you try to blame it on coffees and sodas, but the truth is you're gambling away hundreds of dollars at a time. And that's probably just the tip of the iceberg. You are a step away from using again if this is the type of behavior that you're carrying on. So let's also be real. But
oh, that's gonna come because you're gonna keep losing and you're gonna find a way to cope with that.
Right. And then you're gonna
and
need,
don't nobody have time for that.
Yeah. And then you're gonna need extra money because you're gonna have to pay the dealer, and then you're gonna have to pay back the casino. It's a ridiculous cycle that he's headed towards, just like the financial advisor said. Like, you're kind of at the tip of the iceberg. So
He's selfish. That's just what the fuck it is. He is selfish.
Yeah.
And Taylor stated that she's never been in a relationship like where her partner didn't lie to her. And I don't like that. Like, Chance is always talking about his trauma, and it's like she has some too, and you making it worse.
Right. Yep. Very true. But you know what? I still just makes me so mad because for the piece of sense that she shows us she has, once a week, it's still frustrating because it's like, Taylor, I still don't know how you wound up with this man. Like, you seem to make some good decisions. So how did we get with Chance?
Girl, that phone in real life is totally different. He probably was spinning her the entire fucking time and they're telling her ass all type of shit, knowing that she is from Ellsbury, Missouri, and probably don't know any better. Like, he's a con artist. I say this every week. Like, it is what it is. And he conned her ass. But see, she realizing like it's different, but she's smart enough not to marry him. So she need to get the fuck away from him though. Like, you just a single mother of 4. Get the fuck on.
Right.
But I think she realized like, okay, one thing leads to another, because then you find out all of this stuff and now is he on porn sites or was he actually texting somebody?
So, well, we'll back up. They get home, and like you said, she's like, now I'm pretty sure he's cheating. So she takes his phone, and I think, to answer your question, that it was a bunch of spam porn emails that he was probably getting. you know, you sign up for an email, you click one wrong box, and you're gonna have a ton of spam in your inbox. I don't know. What did you think it was?
I don't know, because porn sites are free. Number one. Now, if you
Okay,
signing
yeah.
up for somebody's OnlyFans and all of that, like, I be on them
See?
porn sites, honey. Okay, every night. I ain't never got no spam emails, honey.
Oh my
Never.
gosh.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know no other way to be but myself. So,
And we appreciate it. So what I will say is I feel like OG emails that email accounts that I've had, you know, sometimes
mhm.
they wind up in your inbox and you don't think that you clicked on anything that would make like that would prompt a random, you know, triple X email in your inbox. But what I think is Chance, he just doesn't know how to do anything and be discreet or, you know, be able
Oh, that's
to.
his problem. He think he fucking slick. That's
Yes.
his problem. And you know what? A city slicker like myself, you better go, like, stop fucking playing with me. I wish I was her sister. Like, I wish I was Taylor's sister. And that's why Bobby left. Like,
Right.
was that her sister's name, Bobby?
Yeah. That's why
Like, shit,
he
I'm
made
finna get the
sure
fuck
Bobby
off. I'm not
left.
finna. Yeah. Like, shit, like, I'm not finna keep witnessing this shit. But I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him. He think he's so fucking slick with Taylor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just want her to leave. Just leave him, girl.
Yeah. Well, once she sees all the goofy shit in that phone and realizes he's been texting pictures of himself to someone named Jess, she goes in the bathroom, tells him that he's a dickhead, and grabs a bunch of his stuff and takes it out in the backyard and burns it up.
Country butt.
Yes, and this is where I'm like, okay, now like don't overproduce, y'all, because it felt like Chance, he scrambled very quickly when he got out of the shower. Like he's like, Taylor, where's my phone? What's going on? What are you doing? I'm just like, y'all. But I think
Yeah.
he was
And he didn't fall, you know.
right,
I thought he was gonna slip and fall.
right, none of that. But he already knew that Taylor was pissed. He already knew that she was on that ass, you know, about what he was doing, what was going on in his phone.
Oh yeah. He knew it
So
was coming.
yeah. And then though, another reason that we don't like him, he had a few too many words in that backyard. He called her an idiot. I'm pretty sure he called her a bitch.
Girl. And he told her she was sleeping in the garage.
Right. As if that's not her home.
She said that. She was like, yeah, good luck with that. This is my house.
Right.
First of all, the fact that it came out of his mouth, Taylor, that should let you know don't ever get a house with him. Ever. Everything should always,
Right.
well, it's probably always got to be in your name. But it should always be in your name because he would do that to you. He would even say that.
Right. Right.
I'm not going. Baby, call who you got to call to come get your stuff. Because who you talking to?
Right. Because I caught you on some bullshit after you just let me know that you've been playing with our income for whoever knows how long. And that's why
And
we
you
don't have
tried
no
to do that
money.
to my sister. And you tried to do that to my sister. You tried to make her sleep in the garage. So that lets
Yes.
me further know what bullshit you was on with her.
Right. Right. He feels like if he's upset with you or doesn't want you around, he can put you out. Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah.
you didn't. Sure, you didn't talk to the police officer like that arrested you and the judge that sentenced you. And you know, like, dude, you're not that guy. Like, stop it. But he can manipulate women into thinking he is on the phone.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wasn't Taylor, it would have been somebody else. He
Yeah.
don't have shit
Right. Right. Because
but
we
good
see
credit.
and don't have that no more. That good credit is gone. And
But guess what? If he go back to jail and do another bid, he'll come home to some good credit again because it'll be past 7 years.
well, he gonna have to do that bid.
I'm
But
just saying that's probably how he thinks. Like,
oh
I'm
yeah.
just, with his smart ass.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I really didn't like is just that what was I going to say? It's just this idea that he's going to outsmart anybody, and that he gets the final say. And quite frankly, he hasn't been taking care of the household well in the 2 months, right? Even if it's only been these 2 months that they recorded, y'all have not paid no mortgage. So how far are you willing to let this shit go, Taylor? Like, are you willing to let the house go into foreclosure, fucking around letting Chance be responsible for the bills?
See?
So
I think she got it. I think she just trying to wait to see what he's gonna do. And I think he knows she got it. And he's like, oh, she'll just foot the bill. I know she has it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really do think that.
Which is so messed up, because
that's why she was so mad at dinner, because she had to come out, you know, and swipe her card. He knew she was gonna do that.
Yeah. And then the more I think about it, it's like, that's also messed up, because you're willing to push everybody to the brink and roll the dice, literally, right? Like at the casino, and blow money at the casino, knowing that you will likely be able to fall back on Taylor. But then what happens when she exhausts all the money that she's probably saved, you know, and has access to, and now you barely are caught up on bills and you are back in the hole again? Like, Taylor, have your baby and move along.
And move along.
Okay. All right. Last and probably for the final time.
Girl, I'm sick of that.
Monique and Derek, aka Derek.
Daddy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wasn't much.
This fight
to them,
continues,
right? The fight has wrapped. Monique and her sisters
look like a bird nest.
Oh my gosh,
awful.
Aubriana, you know, in the moment, you know, through the adrenaline, it looked like she was holding her own, but
she wasn't ready. First of all, she wasn't prepared. You didn't cut those nails down, them long ass nails you got. You knew you was finna go fight.
Well, remember, they had just went and got their nails done, which really makes me think y'all didn't
really ready to fight.
Yeah, like if you knew exactly right, if you
knew, thought you was gonna fight with them long ass nails, really.
Yeah, like as much as you might think I'm ready for whatever, if you just got your nails done, like why even go? Yeah,
why twirl with the girls? Because now you sitting here with your fingers hurting, because that shit, them long ass nails, I know that shit cracked down to the
yes, right? Her fingers are all bloodied, and she definitely in the aftermath did not look good. And so, you know, they're
mad at Derek.
Exactly, right? I was gonna say they're upset with Derek. She's talking about, I'm sick of you and these bitches.
Period.
And I get it, you know, like, because you know me, I'm very big on Derek being the biggest problem out of everybody in this group.
I agree, but trying to make it seem like he's the least problematic. Like,
yes.
He goes, girl, first of all, he told Aubriana, he said, she was like, no, get away from me. You not riding in my car. He said, what? Big girl was on you. I had to get off you. I was like, what?
Oh gosh. Right. And I shouldn't laugh, because again, another moment where I'm like, oh, Derek, you are the fucking problem. You're with Monique. Everybody knows what time it is. We know that she knows what time it is, right? But if you feel so comfortable to be talking about her sisters, you know, casually kikiing with your sisters and making it seem like, oh, I defended you and I was there, and you know, throwing shade at Monique's sisters. Wait, like, we know you won't defend Monique in front of your sisters. And then we knew from the first time we heard him on the phone that he really didn't have any respect for Calandra. So, you know, it's annoying that he's playing all sides of the fence. Like, oh, I was defending my sisters, but then you told Monique that you weren't, you know, cool with your family, so you were going to be able to do whatever needed to be done for their relationship. Like family basically shouldn't be an issue because they're not going to be around because they weren't there for me. But Derek has been one of the only cast members that has not even thought about a job. I mean, we have not heard him say he's not a rapper, right? We know that. He's not an artist in any other way. He hasn't mentioned going to the temp spot. He hasn't mentioned going to, be a barber or have a trade. He's literally making money off of being in a dramatized version of his life with a bunch of women. His girlfriend, his sisters, and her sisters. And
he on TV. He's enjoying this social media shit. Girl, when he had Monique take all them pictures of him, I said, yes. Oh yeah, I knew what type of time he was on right then and there because
yes,
he's loving this. He is this light skin in him, baby. He is loving this attention right now. He is not a job, girl. Bad. This face needs to be what Martin say. This face belongs on the girl, bad. He not wrong. He is not wrong. Run it up while you can, because it's a short. You got this window,
right?
Capitalize off of it, because it's gonna come to an end. You can go get a job then.
And it's wrapping up right now because me, big Derek fan, but the luster, that fresh out glow, it's gone. I'm over it. Because I don't
to the girls in Cleveland, honey. I don't know.
Say it again.
Maybe it's for the girls in Cleveland.
Maybe because I don't see it anymore. And it was just really messed up to see him playing all sides. Like, Monique and her sisters left, went back to the hotel. Monique said she was done filming, and that was that. So we really only got, Derek and his sister's side of the story, but he was
I'm sick of you and these bitches.
Yes.
That's probably what Monique's sister saying to her.
Yes.
Shit, I'm sick of you and these bitches.
Yes. Right. So it was just like so off-putting. Derek, like, stop playing everybody. And then the sisters are like, no, you're not riding with us. But I also think that was a slick way for Derek to be like, all right, y'all can ride off, still go get ready for this party. I'm going to go get an Uber, and it's ripe time for cheating. Me and Monique have fallen out, so let me go hit up one of these other girls.
Yep, and probably invite all type of bitches to the party.
Yes,
too. Let's be clear, because now Monique not coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he did this on purpose so Monique wouldn't come.
Thank you. Like, he thinks he's slick, and it's like, no, we're starting to pick up what you're putting down.
I will be on his neck. Do you hear me? Like, what?
Right? And we know,
or leave him to do that. I would be like, you know what? The life that you want to live, no. He needs to go be single.
He really does. And I mean, you'd still be on a probably even better press run. I mean, can you imagine like Derek being able to pull up at all these strip clubs?
Girl, well, yeah, or like, yeah, I agree. You want to be outside anyway.
More club appearances even, right? Like, there's stuff that Monique is not willing to do. Or let's face it, in our society, there are places that are going to be like, you could come, but maybe not her.
Yeah.
But I think he would be fine either way. So why not just let it go? But I think there's also, again, I'm still not completely sold on the idea that he is not a pimp. I believe he is a pimp, and Monique is showing up as a bottom bitch. She wants to get money.
Shut the entire fuck up, Jackie.
Girl, you don't see it?
No, I don't think that.
I think it is. I think she's...
You know who he think he is? Oh, he think he Uncle Clifford. That's who he think he is.
What do you mean?
Like a stable of, you know what I'm saying, different type of chicks, and he like not a pimp, but that. Like he in charge. That
He's in charge
he
of the
tell them what.
girls.
Yeah, like his sisters, and then he got Monique. Like that's who he think he is, but it's like not that.
Okay, so fair, but when you do that and you don't have a club, what is it then?
I think he trying to do. I don't know. I don't like the pimp. I don't like that word.
I think he is a pimp, and Monique is okay with it. It's paying her bills. It keeps her from sitting at the vet clinic. Gives her
Girl,
some
she better not
relevance.
had quit that job. She better not had quit that job.
Child, let her tell it on. I think it was Angela Yee. She said that she's still working, but I'm just having a hard time believing it. I saw that they are now taking bookings for Atlanta promo. So y'all are still out in these streets. Like, Monique, even if you had the best PTO, setup,
Girl,
it's still no.
Girl, I'm sure they not booked and busy like that either. And I'm pretty sure they just probably working with her. She not booked and busy like that now.
Right, fair.
You could come home, go to work, fly wherever you go. That's probably part of the interview because they charging $3,000 to interview them. So
that's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
So
I don't know, but it's like every week we see some more crazy shit, and to me, the only way this stuff can be justified is if there's some sort of more transactional, setup to their relationship that they both are okay with. Because otherwise, it's like, Monique, every week we find out about him cheating on you more, not defending your honor, picking, his sisters over you.
You know what? Monique gives, that's what she used to or something. Like, she act like it's normal. Monique, she's not never surprised. Like, she has not like cried.
Yes, she has. Girl, you know that girl.
I mean, not for real. Not about him cheating like that though. Like, I don't get it. Like, she's not acting like it's bothering her. She act like it's normal. Like, is this what you used to? But she says she's used to being the one that leaves. So I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know. I feel like she was lying to us. I don't know. And again, right? All of that. If there's so many inconsistencies in who you told us you are and how you've shown up, I don't know what to believe about you anymore. So either you are super insecure, even though you don't want to admit that, and you're letting this man treat you like crap because it's making you extra money, or you're very used to this behavior and this treatment. So this is all you know, or I don't know. It's just, it's not adding up. Like, you saying that you are this strong woman who used to love him and leave him, and you're not insecure, and you didn't want no beef with the sisters, and all of these things that she's claiming, it still doesn't add up. Like, they all don't match up, because ultimately
Monique is messy though.
Right,
like,
you show up as a mean girl and a messy girl. Yeah,
the sister did not lie about that. Monique is messy. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. She just come off as a little ghetto, She think it's okay to, she think it's okay to call him bitches, like she said from time to time. That's the word that she used. Like, girl, that's not cool
at all. I was so blown when she said that. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl.
Ma'am, mamas, what?
From time to time, I might call you a little bitch. From time to time.
You know what, Jack, girl. But yeah, like, I don't know. That's ghetto shit.
Right.
Ghetto girls think that's okay. It's giving Krishan and
girl, it's giving 79th. Hell.
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine running into Monique, at your local Jewel.
No, not my local. No, she won't be out here where I'm at, honey. No.
Okay, she was trying to give us sweet and pleasant, and it's like, that's not who you are, and
We see it.
we see it for ourselves, and you and Derek want to ride out and be the Beyonce and Jay-Z, O2, Bonnie and Clyde type shit, and you are,
And neither one of them have moved. Like y'all see,
right,
y'all doing this long distance.
right,
So Monique, how's that your man?
right. Thank you.
Because when you're
Thank
not
you.
there, he cannot be faithful to you at all.
Right. He falls out with you and sends you home to cheat in peace.
Do you hear me? Girl, I don't understand.
I don't know. So that's why I'm like, all right, this should be it for y'all, because you and your sisters go back to Chicago. I'm sure there's some point where they reconnect, but we obviously don't need to see anything else, because at this point, what is there to say? The only thing I am curious about is how you reconnect after your families fall out with each other and you have all of these, new notions about each other, because clearly Derek was like, oh yeah, I'm realizing that Monique has basically been the problem, even though we know that's just him,
right,
projecting.
Deflecting like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, what are you about?
Yeah,
I hated when he said that.
right.
But also, Monique, you are messy. But
Exactly. She makes it
everybody
easy.
had their part to play in it. Put it like that. His sisters were messy on their end. They had a little piece. Derek, you got a big piece. Eat it.
Yeah.
And Monique too. All y'all messy in y'all own way, but calling each other messy.
Right.
Messy asses.
Yep. 100%. So, and I think that's where it keeps coming back around, and we keep hearing more from them. But I don't get it, because if it was me, girl, we would be done. We would be done. We would have never got there.
Y'all good. Right. We good. We not gonna keep saying this. Y'all heard of the word on the street. Y'all can't keep our hands off each other. We don't want to see that.
Right.
We not that time. Y'all could take that over
to Zeus.
Zeus Network. Okay?
Maybe they will get a show on Zeus. I can see that.
I bet you they do. I could see it.
Child.
I can see it. The way they call the wave on social media, I can see it.
It would be Monique, Derek, Elizabeth, Aubriana.
Ooh, fight it. Looking so stupid. I don't want to see that shit. I'll be done with it at that point. Like, all right, y'all.
Oh no, I'm be tuned in.
Oh no, that's so ghetto.
What?
That's so ghetto.
Me tuning in?
No, like them being on Zeus pilot.
Girl, but that's the environment where I can see it happening for sure.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
You know what? See, and this is probably where there's some sort of rules, but you know how on Zeus they have that kind of come to Jesus moment show, where two media rivals will come and sit down and have a conversation with each other.
Girl, I've never seen that.
Like, that would be such a good platform for them, especially since there aren't Love After Lockup reunions. So if they could just...
Why in the fuck is there not Love After Lockup reunions? Come on, Lee TV, we need it, okay?
Right. Like, if y'all never thought to have a reunion before, we need
Are y'all high? Y'all need some hoes? What's up? Bitch, I can get fine. I can get real fan. Real fan.
What do you mean? What you said? Do they need some what?
Host, honey. Me and you. Okay.
Yes.
Period.
I thought you said you need some hoes. I'm like, why would you be want to be on the host?
No, I don't want to be a hoe. I don't want to be a hoe.
My bad. Yes. No. Right. Let us host it. Okay. We have the questions. And we know how to act.
Bring Michael and Sarah back, Megan too. I got some choice words. Come on, bring them all back. Let's do a real reunion around this bitch, okay?
Yes, a reunion, and it's gonna be for all of the seasons. Anybody can get it.
Right. We already got Deontay. We don't need him no more. He can't come. He can't come no way. So
Child.
Come on. The rest of y'all, let's go.
Or it could be like Andy Cohen's show. So we could get anybody from any season, and then they could like talk to us about what they got going on. Girl, let me stop giving my idea
Oh
away.
yeah, we're not doing that. Boom. Might be something we need to discuss on the side. Don't
Right.
worry about it.
Take this
Hmm.
offline. But
Period.
but yeah, so that was them. We'll see how much longer we see them. I definitely don't have any notes on next week, but I've got two universe updates. Two Love After Lockup universe updates. So there have been some recent arrests.
Oh,
So
yeah.
one of them, both of them actually were posted on March 19th on starchasm.net. The first one is Lacey's Bay. John Slater arrested again.
Dang! Not my main man, John. Oh man!
Yes. So
What he do? I'm finna bond him out. What he do?
Uh,
What's up? What is it?
So according to jail records, John, he got arrested over last weekend in Virginia Beach. The charge is listed as possession of a Schedule 1/2 controlled substance. John is still on probation from his 2020 conviction for possession. So it could be that he just violated the probation. But I mean, have we not watched John on this show several seasons? Unfortunately, his issue was always that he used again, and that's why he went back to jail. There really wasn't much else that he was doing. He was always, it was either he
That's
was.
why I said I'm finna bond him out, because it ain't never nothing, too much. It ain't never nothing serious, okay?
Oh my gosh. So according to Virginia court records, he was cited for reckless driving on February 23rd of this year. It appears from the annotated docket entry that John was caught doing 89 in a 55. And so
Oh, okay.
in Virginia, if you're caught doing more than 20 miles per hour over the posted limit, the result is a misdemeanor reckless driving charged.
Oh no, I can't just get a ticket.
Right, right.
I'll give me a regular car in Virginia, no more sports car.
Yeah. And they said that could have been triggered by like a speed check device, and they can basically trigger something to revoke your probation pretty easily with that reckless driving charge. So yeah, he basically, it's like you got in trouble doing stupid shit and now you're back in jail because you have a charge that carries weight and you're on probation for it, and so you're gonna go back every time. So let's see. Oh, good for news for you. John was lightning quick posting his bond. So
Very good.
yes, he posted his bond and was released on the same day he was arrested, and his next court date is March 29th.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah.
Free
so-
my nigga John till it's free. I mean, till it's backwards. Sorry. I'm so not hip. I be trying.
So that was him. And the second one, Love After Lockup Royalty. Michael Simmons arrested, charged with 2 felonies. So Michael, from Michael, Sarah, Maria, Megan, whoever you want to put him with. This young man, he seems like he was staying out of legal trouble after his July 2021 felony child neglect conviction and December 2021 arrest for an outstanding warrant. However, the double-dicked reality star's trouble-free streak ran out this week after he found himself back in jail and facing 2 felonies. According to the jail and court records, Michael has booked in Miami-Dade County just before 8 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th. He has been charged with a felony count of battery of a police officer. In parentheses, it says corrections officer, firefighter, etc., and a felony count of resisting an officer with violence to his person. In his rather rough mugshot photos, Michael appears to have some facial injuries, Given his charges, the assumption is his injuries were sustained during an altercation with the arresting officers. So, yeah, it looks like some folks landed a few hits on his face. Both felony charges against Michael were filed in Miami-Dade County Circuit Court on Thursday. And the 31-year-old looking more like 51 in these pictures, posted his $5,000 bond on the same day the charges were filed. So John and Michael both bonded themselves out pretty quickly. Michael's next scheduled court date is April 14th. So no surprise with that one at all. Always into some shit. Probably still hasn't worked a day since he's been out. Goodness gracious.
Of course not.
And it's so frustrating because, Michael, you probably could have found a way to still be on Life After Lockup. You dealing with Maria.
What?
Y'all just had a
That's
baby.
What? They was Monique and Derek before there was a Monique and Derek.
Right.
For real. Michael ran so the rest of y'all ignorant, stupid,
sore,
little light skinned, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a fool. But
yeah. Okay. So he can't stay out of trouble. Can't get his shit together, but he still had that money to bond himself out. It's unfortunate because he definitely has a new baby with Maria, and of course still has the girls with Sarah. So, oh my gosh. See, that would be good TV. Like, get your shit together. We TV, go get him. And put a camera in his face. Maybe that'll keep him from doing dumb shit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, that is it for this week. On the universe updates, that's it for the recap. And I think, we've got a few more episodes left to go. They're not doing too bad. I was nervous that if Monique and Derek really fell off, that there wouldn't be much more. But there's some storylines that I'm still tuned in for. I do know that I did see that we're finally going to see Brittany and Marcelino.
Oh, yeah, on the next episode.
Yeah, so I guess there's that. But beyond that, want to see the other storylines wrap up for the season. And yeah, hopefully they finish strong.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes. All right. Well, until next week, you take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to another Love After Lockup review. We appreciate y'all. And remember, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none, not here to be an expert, just here to have fun. Bye, guys.